This is going to mop your floors. I don't know about you, but I don't really like to do that. So if something else wants to do it for me, I'm all for that. Wait till you see. This is one of those newer, kind of new innovative technologies that we're bringing to you. I will say this, it normally prices at $449.99. So let's just round that up by a penny to $450. We're not at $450. We're right at $300. So we're saving you $150 from what QVC's price would normally be. The manufacturer suggested retail price is $500. So either way, we're saving you $150 off of QVC's price, $200 off of the retail value. That's why people buy at QVC. We're also giving you free shipping and handling, and that saves you $15 as well. Well, I want to get right to my guest. Amy D'Angelo is here to tell us all about it, because this is totally new to me too.
It is. And you know, how many of us have this at home?
Yeah.
This mop and bucket, and you've got to walk around, and as you're carrying it, you're spilling water.
Right.
Not anymore, because we all know and love our Roombas. So why not let them do all the work for us?
Yeah.
Now let it go out, let your vacuum go vacuum, and let your mop for you. It is the best way to clean.
So just so you know, again, like I said, this one does not vacuum. It will dust.
Yes.
But it doesn't vacuum. And you were saying earlier too, that if you already have the iRobot that vacuums, keep that, because let that do its thing, and then let this one do the mopping of your floor.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all,
you
the
get a
price
lot of
tag,
stuff.
we're saving you a lot of money. By the way, we also offer you the special financing for 9 months. So if you decide to buy this for right around $300, then all you have to do is put it on your Q card, and you can break it down into 9 monthly payments instead of 5 monthly payments. So how does this work?
It's very simple. You're going to get it home, you're going to put it on its docking station, plug it in, and let it charge.
Okay.
Once it's charged, what you're going to do is then decide, do you want to sweep? Because you're going to get those reusable sweeping pads, which are right here. And I just want to show you something. Look at how thick that is. We know
Wow.
with those normal sweeping pads, they're very thin.
Yeah.
This is thick. This does an amazing job. You also are going to have reusable mopping pads, which you can use. And then you're going to have, I'm sorry, that's the disposable one, and this is the reusable one. And I love the fact that you can just wash it, put it in your dish, your washing machine, and then put it down and let it air dry and use it over and over and over again. And I find, because I mop so often now, that I don't have to mop that much, because my floors are so clean.
Isn't that amazing? Can it do this at night while I'm sleeping?
It is whisper quiet. Let's go over here.
Sweet. I'll sleep, you mop, no problem. It'll be clean when I wake up in the morning. Let's come over and show you it in action.
Yes.
Because this is, and here's the other thing. Does it matter what kind of hard floor I have?
No, you can use it on all of your hard floors. It's just going to know. It's going to learn your home, and it's going to learn not to go on your carpeting.
Okay.
So that's the best part about this. So you can set it on your hardwood, your tile, your linoleum, and let it go. But the first thing I'd love to do is have it go out and just mop this area right in front of us. But it's going to clean your entire level. And this pad that I'm holding in my hand, and I'm going to come down here for you to see it, this is the pad that you can use over and over and over again. And it is going to go out, and it is just going to mop. It's going to spritz a little. It'll go back and forth, making sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There you
It's
go.
doing it.
Isn't that great? And you can just see it spritz the
That's so
floor
great.
and come out. Now, we are giving you a bottle of solution that you can use, but I use regular tap water, and you can do that. So you don't need any harsh chemicals, and it's so easy to do. But it gets, and I'm going to come up here, and you can see next time it comes around, it's going to come in really tight. So it's going to get into all your corners.
Like the baseboards.
Like the baseboards,
the bottom of the baseboards and all.
Look at how close it's getting right now. So it is going to just take its time and clean. But listen.
Oh, you can't hear it. I mean, seriously, it's like it's like having a robot in your home. This is so cool. Hey, by the way, I've got another quick idea for you. If you want to, you can go to Facebook and go to my Facebook page, which is Mary Beth Rowe, which is ROE. QVC, Mary Beth Rowe QVC on Facebook, and you can ask questions. Or if you have one, Tell us your story. Absolutely. So the whole thing is, a lot of times with something new like this, I love to open my Facebook up to questions you might have, and then my producer will watch that, and she'll let me know if you actually ask a question. So does it kind of know what to do by the pad that I put on?
It does. And while that's mopping, I'm just going to ask the camera to come up here for 1 second because I'd love to show you this. So on the back of the unit, which I'm holding it right now, there's a little eye, a little sensor right here. There you go. And that is the sensor that lets you know what pad is on there. So all you're going to do, there's an arrow on the pad, and you're just going to slide it right in there.
Oh, so that piece stays on the back.
That's right, and it'll know exactly what I have here, whether it's the mopping pad, whether it is the dry, sweeping pad, and you're all set. And then you're just going to send it out on its mission. Now, when you're done, there's a button right here in the front. I'm just going to rest it on my leg for a second. You push the button in, and you pull that right out, and then you can wash it, and you are good to go. But again, this has everything that we know and love. Here's your charging stations. It's got your cliff detect sensors. So all you're going to do is put it down on the ground and let it go. Now, I'm going to show you in here, since we're here. This is where that water tank is, and it has a little handle that pulls out just like this.
Oh my goodness.
If you hold that for 1 minute, I'm going to put this down. And all you're going to do is just open it up right here.
Right
Yep,
here?
right there.
Okay.
And that is where your solution goes. Whether it's
I
water
see.
or
Whoops, that's me.
solution,
That
you
did
are
that.
good to go. But
Yeah, and how much does it hold? It holds quite a bit.
It does.
It looks like.
it does. And while it's out doing its mission and everything,
Yeah.
again, you have a bottle of the solution, or you can just use water. I like to use water. I like to use less chemicals.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I tend to use just water to
Right.
clean my floors too. That's so easy. And then you want to pick that up.
Yes.
I'll pop this in.
Pop that
so
right
this
back in.
just literally pops right in. Am I doing
Goes
it the
this
right
way.
Oh, goes the other way.
Goes right there. You'll see there's a little
yeah.
slot right there.
That's right.
And that is where
Okay.
the tip of the canister goes.
Yeah.
And you're just going to slide it right in,
And
close
close
it up,
it.
and you're done.
Bam.
And just like with
Wow.
our Roomba vacuums, it goes home to charge itself, and it's got smart charging. So if it's halfway through your level and it realizes that battery's low, it's going to come home, charge just enough to finish the job, and then go out and finish. So you don't have to wait for it to fully charge again, which I love.
Right. Now, here's the other thing. Do you use the app for this at all? Or
Yes.
can I do this without using the app?
Yes, you can. And there's a little clean button right on the top, so you can send it out with that, or you can use the app, whichever is best for you. And just like with our vacuums that we know and love, this you can do a lot with. So before we send it out to clean a level, I'm going to send it now into the kitchen, and you're going to see it, avoid an obstacle, because that's important to us.
Right.
So it's going to avoid our pet's bowl. And now you can set up all of those clean zones, those keep out zones, whatever you need. Again, everything is like what we know already, so it's that simple. It's just a matter of getting your mop set up. And I love the fact that you can, if you have a Roomba that you've purchased from QVC, the I, the J series, that you can tag team them, and one will go out, and then it'll say, I'm all done. And then it'll send the mop out.
Really?
Yes.
So the vacuum could vacuum first if you had the Roomba and the iRobot
You purchased
vacuum.
one from QVC. Yep,
Yeah.
they're all set.
Okay, so now it's going around. Now, is it going to go around legs of tables, legs of chairs?
Just like with
in the kitchen?
Yes. Now we have this one set up to avoid the pet bowl, and you saw that blue light come on before, and that was telling us that there's a keep out zone.
Okay.
So it avoided the pet's bowl, but it is going to do everything. It's going to do your entire level. It'll go under your table. It'll go under your couch. I mean, you've got grandchildren. They come over. They have snacks.
That's what I'm saying.
Juice
honey.
boxes spill. I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's
I know.
always a lot of sticky stuff on the floor.
Right, and how many times do you have to pull out your mop to take care of that? But when it's done with its mission, it knows to automatically go home.
How does it know when to squirt the water or the formula?
It's all built in. Again, this is what we love about iRobot, is because they've programmed these to do what we need when we want. So it's built in there. It's all ready. It goes out, it sprays a little, it'll mop a little, or it'll sweep a little, and the sweeping is dry, but it just automatically knows what to do, and it's just smart. It takes all of that worry, and our
Look at
to-do
it,
lists
backing
are
up. It does a better job of backing up than I do. back it into the garage.
And it comes home and it charges, but you don't have to worry about it. And now we know it's all done. And again, if you use the app, it'll let you know what's going on, and you can set it to go out longer. If you find that you want a little bit more mist, you can adjust that, but it's programmed, it'll do its job, hands off. Just sit back and relax.
And then basically, so let's say I had it do that during the night, okay? And so I get up in the morning, I come out, and it's done its thing, so then I can just pick it up, take off the pad, and then go ahead and, you know, pop that in the washing machine.
Again, you're just going to, it's right here on the bottom, and I'm gonna wait for the camera to come up here for 1 second. You'll see it's right here. You're gonna push this button on the front, which is right there, and then you're just going to pull it off and throw it into the washing machine. And again, here's that sensor to let you know what pad is on there. But let's say that somebody spills something, whether it's the grandkids or you or your husband, and you want to just send it to a clean zone. And again, we know these terms because we've used them with our vacuums. So now we're going to send it out to the clean zone, and this is your den, and you've got some tile, but somebody spilled something. So now we can send it out just to mop this one area. And again, it will come out, it'll get itself there because it has done its missions, and it learns your home. And every time it goes out, like our vacuums, it gets smarter and smarter and smarter, and it learns your home. If you move furniture, it knows, it'll adjust itself accordingly.
And it's just because it has sensors around it.
Correct.
I mean, like you would say, well, how in the world is it going to know my home? Well, the first few times out, it's really sensing where everything is, and it's kind of almost like creating a map.
That's what it does.
Own.
Yes, and there's a camera on the top, so it can go out, it can see, you know, the table and the chair and everything else, and you can see right now.
Look at it, it's spraying now.
It's sprayed, and now it's going to go back and forth because again, it's going to make sure that it cleans that entire area. And when it's done, it'll kind of sing to you, and then it'll turn itself around, and it'll go right back home.
Wow. That's
smart.
Amazing. I tell you, you know, one of the things that I'm looking at are these wood floors, and you know, it already had washed the wood floors. And you can barely see any, like right here, I'm just gonna come down here because I can just barely see a little tiny bit of wetness, but like barely, even on my fingers.
Seconds later, it's dry. And I'm just
amazing.
taking my hand and rubbing it onto the floor, and it's clean. It does an amazing job. It goes back and forth. It makes sure that it gets everything done. And when it's all done, it will again go home because it knows where home is. That's what that blue light is. It's telling us that it's thinking about what it's doing. And then it'll go home, and you are ready to go on to the next mission.
Wow. You know, it's interesting because so many of us have a lot of hard floors. We've got bathroom hard floors, a family room, kitchens, dining rooms, you know, like a kitchenette area. Mud rooms, you know, and so here's the question, will it like cross over some area to get to another area of hard floor? Like, will it cross carpet just to be able, or a threshold, or you know, that type of thing to get to the other side of the house?
That's a great question. So it knows, so if it's got that mopping pad on, it knows, and it will take a course around the carpeted area and go to your mopped area. So it may take a little bit of a longer path, but it knows, and that's why it's smart. And again, it's got these wheels which will move, so it can transition over your thresholds, which we're used to and what we love and know about this. But again, you know, recently, unfortunately, my mother-in-law had mopped her floor, and you know, when you use a traditional mop, you can get a lot of water on the floor, and you may not want that much water. Well, she slipped, she ended up hurting herself. She's okay, but again, it's not unnecessary. This goes out, it sprays just enough. As you pointed out, the floor wasn't wet. It got just enough, and then it dried within seconds.
It does. Let me just remind you, the MSRP, which is the manufacturer's suggested retail price, is $500, all right? We have it normally at QVC for $450. So we would save you $50 off of the retail price. But right now it is at a sale price. And so we have gone from $450 down to $300. That's $150 off of QVC's price, and then another $50 off of the retail. We bring it down to 5 monthly payments of $60 a month. It can even go on your Q card and do 9-month special financing, which is going to basically take it down to a little more than $30